So everybody works, right? But nobody works in a factory anymore. I mean, does anybody do here? I mean, it's great if you do. You know, that means that old system works for you. But you know, these days, I mean, if you're working, you're most likely sitting in a desk and you know, working with computer and stuff. And you know, why do we work? Is it really about money? Is it really about, you know, about just like clocking in and out? I don't think so. I think we work because we want to make a difference, right? And you know, we believe somehow it leads to some kind of a success or some kind of a happiness, you know, and we want to be engaged at work. I mean, we work a lot of hours of the day. We spend a lot of time in our lives to, you know, doing this thing. I went self-employment about, you know, 7-8 years ago because you know, I say I want to make a difference in the world around me, but you know, really, I thought I just looked at the world of work and said, well, it looks awfully serious. It looks kind of hard, and it's a little dull. You know, it's boring. So I wanted to do less of it and have more fun, and that's really why I wanted. You know, I went to work for myself because I thought if I worked for myself, I could just kind of goof off a little more. You know, yeah. So you know, I did this because, you know, I wanted to work less. But as soon as I started working, even as a freelancer, I realized, well, actually, I do have to work in order to make money, right? Like, and I have more work I do, more money I get. So really, I need to maximize my output. So I kind of started to think about the productivity and structure, and you know, I started to believe that, you know, if I worked through the night, that means, hey, jackpot, you know, I make more money, you know, and you know, getting a lot done in short amount of time, or you know, just doing a lot of work, you know, it just seemed to like that's the way to be. Well, you know, that didn't work either because, you know, it's not fun to start with, and actually all the tips that I followed wasn't making me more productive. I wasn't getting more work done. I don't know why. It wasn't, you know, I do know why. Because it wasn't connected to what I felt to be, you know, what I wanted to do, what made me happy, you know, and it really is important. I realized that if I was going to be doing something, I needed to feel really happy about it. And, you know, still though, like, you know, the work need to be meaningful for all of us. You know, that's what I realized. Of course, you know, it doesn't mean just because you have something you want to do and you have time to do it, doesn't mean that you're going to get the results. You know, you still have to, you know, get into it, and it's a tricky business. You know, there's a lot of tips out there about how to get in the flow, and you know, you can try a lot of things, but it's not guaranteed. You know, you can you know, say you have tomorrow free and you want to do something. You know, you want to write the book that you wanted to write about. You might write the book, you know, you might get lucky and do a lot of work, but you also might check a lot of emails and Facebook and stuff, you know. But, you know, then to make it worse, make things more complicated, something hits you. Something hits you, you know, it's called life, right? And for me, it was getting a child. You know, 3 years ago, we had a child, and everything turned upside down. You know, it was just crazy. You know, you all of a sudden, you have to multitask like hell. And but what I realized, though, is that it's not about balance. It's about integration. You know, you really, you know, it was hard, but slowly I started to realize, well, you know, it's not about the little things that you do. It's about the whole picture. And you know, having a child, for one thing, gives you a purpose, gives you a meaning in life. And that really helped me in a way to make sense of all this thing. For one thing, you know, having spent a lot of time with, you know, in these 3 years with a growing child, I learned a lot of things. You know, I learned how to have fun, how to be engaged all the time, how to you know, try things and fail and try again, and you know, go to bed early and you know, change things up when it's not working. Notice little things that are around that may not mean anything right now, but it's meaningful later. You know, you gotta be thinking kind of laterally, not you know, going from A to B to C to D, but like, you know, to kind of like jump around and see things the way they are. And also, you know, it's been hard for me because I'm the kind of person who dig a hole up and get in there and just kind of like, you know, stew around for a long time. But I need to learn to sprint more, you know, do things in short bursts of energy. And, you know, really, like, life is about, you know, just little random things that happen to you and make things up. So, you know, it's really about, you know, the values that you create and, you know, things that you bring to the table and then how much engagement you have rather than what kind of job you have and how to keep that. And my hope is that, you know, we all think about that a little bit. And maybe, you know, we can continue this conversation a little bit afterward. I have a blog, and you can check with me later. And I want to do something with whoever's interested to do something about the state of work. Thanks.